Special meeting for January 29, 2014, called by Commissioner Board President Salaski, Commissioner Ludeman, and Commissioner Newton will come to order. Roll call, please.
Steines?
Here.
Ludeman? Here. Newton?
Here.
Salaski? Here. Hurtado?
Here.
No, here.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second? Oh, discussions? If not, roll call, please.
Steines?
Here.
Ludeman? Yes. Newton? Salaski? Yes. Hurtado?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 5, public comments. Any member of the public who wishes to address the board, please do so at this time. Please keep the comment to 3 minutes, since we have a lot of stuff to keep tonight, to cover tonight. Any member? Please state your name.
Hi, my name's Ed Arger, resident for about 30 years here. We met 2 or 3 weeks ago with representatives of the Park District regarding the DuPage River Trail. And I was wondering where we're at. Is it close to going to bid? Or are we still waiting on paper? Or what do you guys know about it?
I think we're going to have a presentation on our regular meeting, sir, which is coming up on Tuesday.
That would be great.
Thank you,
Thanks a
sir. I
lot.
appreciate it. Any other members?
Mr. President, Madam Vice President, Commissioner Steines, Ludeman, and Newton, and my fellow citizens, I rise tonight to speak and ask again for the resignation of Peter Hurtado, Vice President Salaski, and Commissioner Steines. Tonight I do this as a representative of a small group of radicals, or as the United States Constitution calls us, citizens. Considering how limited you've made the public comment portion of the meeting, several people have asked me to serve as their spokesperson, as to not be declared out of order for being too repetitive in our comments. President Hurtado, you were a guest on the Kevin Collins show this week, and when asked if anyone had asked for your resignation, you stated accurately that 2 people asked for your resignation in open session and 1 in private. Then you told Mr. Collins that you spoke with 7 other people who think you should stay on the job. Now, I'm not sure if those 7 are counting members of your family and the Reverend Doug Booth or not, but I would like to meet the people who want you to stay on the board. I have in my hands comments from fellow citizens who've spoken on this matter. As of 1:30 today, there have been over 696 comments since May about the situation at the Park District, since the board majority has taken over. Out of the 696 comments, 95% have been negative towards the board majority and your administration. And if you don't believe the figures you hear on the internet, I would like any person tonight in attendance who would like to stand and go on record asking for the resignation of the board majority to do so now, so that we can follow the rules set forth by the board by not repeating ourselves. If you'd like, they can state their name. If not, I can keep going.
Just keep going.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think that is a pretty powerful statement, and democracy at its finest. There are many reasons that we ask for your resignation this evening, and here are just a few. Hiring Garrett Peck, the Labor Board finding, the hiring of the Reverend Doug Booth as Communications Director, the demotion and then allowing the resignation of someone like Cameron Benton, the firing of Marianne Ryan, the raiding of the contingency fund to go towards pay raises, the St. John land deal, which made us look terrible. Back and forth, back and forth. The waste of tax dollars on attorney's fees, exit agreements with former employees, and probably one more, the public comment thing we just passed. But the most important, not letting the professionals do their jobs. That's sad. The job of this board is an advise and consent nature. The full-time employees of this park district deserve a board that will respect their professionalism and let them do their job. Instead, we, the public, get to hear political buzzwords like transparency and fiscal responsibility. There has been nothing transparent or responsible, fiscal or otherwise, about this administration. In conclusion, it is not enough, Mr. President, for you to give up your gavel this evening. No, we need you to resign. We need you to resign because the careers that you've ruined, the lives that you've turned upside down, we need you to resign so this park district can have real transparency and move from the shadows into the sunshine. There will be no sunshine, harmony, or togetherness until you, Mr. President, until you take full responsibility for the last 9 months and step down along with the 2 fellow members of the board majority. I'm sure Mr. Garrett Peck left behind a little bit of stationery, and I'm quite sure the Reverend Booth is at least capable of drafting up a 1-line resignation letter. And finally, thank you to my fellow citizens for showing me that one voice can turn into 2, 2 can turn into many, and a small group of radicals can make a difference in a community we all love. Thank you very much.
Anyone else who would like to address the board? Seeing none?
I have a comment to make since we don't have commissioner comments listed here.
You guys drafted the agenda for tonight.
I did not draft this agenda for tonight.
Go ahead. Sure.
The way this agenda is drafted, I need to know from our lawyer, Matt,
Yes?
can I speak after executive session? Because it has listed just simply actions for item discussed in executive session and adjourned. I need to know, will I be able to speak to the public?
You can speak to the public if you want, sure.
After that. Therefore, I'm asking everyone here to please stay so I can address you all after executive session. I don't want everybody to just leave and then I won't be able to speak to you.
Can't you just sit down?
If you're resigning, I'll stay.
Can't you sit down?
All right,
It's on the
excuse
agenda,
me,
does it
I'm
matter?
sorry, excuse me.
After the executive session.
How long will it be, so we have an idea?
I don't know.
All right,
Just resign, Peter.
all right, moving on, I have a motion a motion to enter the executive session to discuss personnel and selection of the person to fill a public office or to discipline performance or removal of the occupant of the public office to reconvene. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have discussions?
Just wanted to raise the issue about the second item for the purpose of the executive session, the item number C3. Is that an appropriate reason for going into closed session?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, any other discussions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Steinies. Ludeman.
Yes.
Newton.
Yes.
Solosky.
Yes.
Hurtado.
Yes.
Motion carries 7 yes.